Good morning, beautiful people. I got a wobbly camera. Let me just have a little wiggle with this. How are you this morning? This morning I want to get real. There's so much speed in life at the moment. There's so much social media. There's so many adverts for things, promising stuff. There's so many shiny images everywhere that we can get pulled into thinking that a beautiful life or a successful life is a fantasy, or we can get put off by that. We can get put off by what other people are sort of showing us that their lives are. And I wanted to just sort of get really real with this, because if you're on a personal growth path and you're wanting to create more change, then you need to get real with what the obstacles are going to be, what life is like, and not get caught up in this fantasy. Now, that's not to say that you can't be happy, you can't be healthy, you can't be vibrant. But if we get deluded, if you like, by trying to achieve or attain something that we're seeing someone else do, but they're putting out pictures of, they're always made up and they're doing yoga on the beach, or they've got sold out rooms, hundreds of people in the room at their events, or it's always a happy family picture, then we're not necessarily seeing the whole picture of their life and really what it takes to be able to show up in that way. And I just wanted to, take this post. I haven't really planned this post, and that's what I love about lives, is sometimes I just want to come on and be real, because that's who we are, is to show up without putting makeup on, because I don't really care about makeup usually. So why would I do it for you guys? This is my life. Getting up, sorting out the kids to go to school, they go, I do my lives, I do my social media, I've made sure I do my practice earlier on, I'm working with my clients, I'm planning my events, I'm booking stuff in, I'm having meetings with my VA. This is my life. My life isn't a shiny picture of walking on the beach or doing, these things that just look perfect. Hey, Sean. It's a culmination of so many things. But what I teach and what I share with people is how to hold an unwavering presence in you, so that no matter what is going on in your life, no matter the day-to-day tasks that need to be done, you can hold this sense of peace. You can hold this sense of inner strength and composure that gives you a slight sense of sort of detachment from the chaos of the world, but means that you can stay in this stillness. You can hold this strength no matter what. Now, that's not a fantasy. That doesn't look shiny necessarily, although it's very magnetic when we hold our presence, and it attracts opportunity, it attracts relationships, it attracts friendships, it attracts work. But it actually takes consistent effort. It takes work. So these instant formulas, these promise you everything things, these, 7 figures in 2 weeks stuff that you just see everywhere. Is it a fantasy? Yes, it is. These people have worked to get to that place. There's a big space between here and there, and that doesn't have to be hard work, but there is no getting away from the fact that we have to consistently show up. And the work that I share is around how do we show up in our highest on a physical level, so that our physical body can be the most perfect container, the most perfect vehicle for the expression of your soul on this planet. That's what we're talking about. How can you create an environment around you that is fully sustaining your evolution, your growth? And that's not always an easy, effortless environment. Sometimes that's a challenging environment, because it's the challenging things that help us to grow. Yeah. How do we modulate and manage the mind that can go off in crazy whirlpools and distract us and bring us down and judge others and pull us out of our path? That's what's real, and that's what we have to deal with on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment basis. And sometimes, very often, the images and the dreams and expectations portrayed in social media and in media generally can really mess with our mind and tell us either that we can get something really quickly and then we get disillusioned because we can't, or it tells us that we're not good enough, that we can never attain that. And none of that is true. You can achieve whatever it is you want to achieve, but we do need to put in the consistent presence and effort in holding ourselves accountable and ourselves responsible for how we show up. So the other area that we look at is our emotional state and how to regulate our emotion, how to sit with our emotion, how to know what is fresh new emotion and what is something that is a pattern from the past, so that we can really dissolve that. That is the work that needs to be done on a moment by moment basis for your life to get lighter. Because as we carry the load of our past and the load of our past experiences, that's what gets in the way. And you can't just switch that off in these, like I say, magical promises that people put out there, or beautiful images that seem unattainable, and it's a fantasy life. Life is raw. Life is real. Life demands that you show up and be present no matter what, and to show up in our energy. Yeah, so the other aspect that we work on is, how do you show up in your energy? Are you allowing other people to drain your energy? Are you diminishing your light for fear of judgment, of fear of being seen? And again, when we see other people doing incredible, amazing things, it's not that they are better than you. It's just that they have mastered this ability to have a strong container in their physical body, to be a master of their mind and not let their mind run them. Learn how to dissolve their emotions, their fears. Not that they don't have them anymore, but that they stop them hijacking what they want to do. Yeah? And to be able to hold their energy so that other people don't drain them, so that situations don't drain them, and so that their fears and self-worth issues don't pull back so much that you can't be seen and that you can't show up and that you can't act. Now, all of these different things might sound like easy things to do, and they can be taught quickly and you can get instant results quickly, but it takes consistent repetition over long periods of time for you to prime yourself on all these levels and all these aspects, so that you can consistently show up. You can consistently be non-reactive to your environment, be unwavering. It's not a, here's me one day, here's a shiny picture of me on social media the next day. So I challenge you, I urge you, I invite you to be raw, to be real, and to find someone to work with that was going to play with you, work with you on all these levels consistently. It's like polishing something, yeah? You don't get a beautiful polished gem or polished metal just by sort of, throwing it at a polished cloth or putting it out in the sun for 5 minutes. It's consistent. It's consistent. It needs polishing consistently. And if you leave it and don't do anything with it for a while, it's going to retarnish again. It's the same with us. Showing up in life and being your highest takes consistent. I don't want to use the word effort, because it's not necessarily the trying effort, but it is the effort of staying with. It is the effort of showing up. It is the effort of carving out this time for yourself, moment by moment, day by day. So don't get fooled by falling in love with this fantasy that you may see on social media, or that you may put people up on a pedestal. I do a lot of speaking, I do a lot of teaching, and I don't want people to put me up on a pedestal, because there's two things. Number one, I'm not that. Yeah, I'm like you, but I've carved out consistent time to continuously work on me so that I can keep stepping up, grow my business, grow my happiness, grow my connection, grow my ability to stay strong no matter what happens. But it's also, when you put people up on a pedestal, you're telling yourself, you're sending yourself a message that that's unattainable, that I'm not that. And you can be that. We can all be that. So if you're looking for really grassroots, foundational and embodied approach to personal development path, then please reach out and connect with me, because that is exactly what I do. And I run half-day events for people to get a taste of that work, which we call the art of brilliance without burnout. So that means that you can shine your light and not have it diminish who you are, not have it affect your family or your health. And we teach it in a way that is distinctly relatable for the modern day woman. and particularly for women, because I am a woman and I understand a lot of the challenges that so many women face, because we often face very common and similar challenges. So if you're interested in that, we do have just a couple of spaces. We are really, really full for this one in Brisbane, which is on Tuesday, August the 20th, and then we have another one on October the 8th, but you will see them on my page. But if you are interested in that, then Tina will just put the link below here, my assistant. So Tina, if you can do that, put the link below. The 3 dates on that, the 3 dates coming up before Christmas are actually on that page, so you can check it out. This is a very sort of low commitment, if you like, investment. It's only $47 and you get to bring a friend for free, and you get a half day with me showing you some of these foundational embodied practices so that you can stop your dreams being a fantasy and start to make them a reality, step by step by step, whether that's your health, whether that's around your business, whether that's around your relationship, whether that's just you stepping up and getting clear about your direction and moving forward. We look at all these things. This work helps with everything because we look at all aspects of you. So wherever you're not showing up, wherever you're diminishing or wherever you're losing energy, it will show up with this work and we'll be able to target that. So I invite you to come along or reach out to me, share it with any friends that you feel may be interested. And yeah, remember, you can do this. You can be amazing. You can be brilliant. It's okay to be raw. It's okay to be real, but you need to be consistent. You need to be showing up, and you need to learn the tools how to do all that, for yourself, to dissolve these bindings and the attachments that we have to what we think is true, what we think we can do, how that has embodied itself in our life, physically, emotionally, mentally, and is showing up in our relationships. That's what we need to gently deal with, and I can help you do that. All right, my lovelies, have a fabulous day. Take care, everyone. Bye now.